Why do boats float on water even though they're heavy? One bright afternoon, Lily was watching boats at the dock when she noticed buoy bobbing nearby.
Hi buoy. I see big, heavy boats floating on the water. Why don't they sink?
Great question, Lily. Let me explain why even heavy boats can stay afloat.
Buoy began by explaining what it means to float.
Floating means something stays on top of the water instead of sinking below it.
So, floating is like resting gently on the water's surface.
Buoy explained how the idea of density affects floating.
Whether something floats depends on density. If it's less dense than water, it floats. If it's more dense, it sinks.
That means it's about how heavy something is compared to its size.
Buoy shared that shape helps boats float.
Boats are shaped so that they spread their weight over a big area, making them less dense than the same amount of water.
So, even a heavy boat can float if it's shaped the right way.
Buoy explained the concept of displacement.
When the boat sits in water, it pushes some water aside. The amount of water it pushes is called displacement.
So the boat moves water out of its way, and if it's shaped well, it stays on top.
Buoy shared how water pushes back.
The water pushes upward on the boat with a force called buoyancy, helping it float.
That upward push balances the boat's weight, keeping it afloat.
Buoy explained that boats can be made of heavy materials but still float.
Even if a boat is made of metal, it's shaped like a hollow container, so it's mostly air inside, making it less dense than water.
That means the metal boat is still lighter than the water it pushes aside.
Buoy shared an interesting fun fact.
Did you know that huge ships, like cruise liners, are mostly empty space inside, allowing them to float easily?
Wow! Even giant ships with lots of people can float.
Buoy encouraged Lily to appreciate boats.
Next time you see a boat, remember it's designed to spread its weight and displace water, staying afloat.
I will. It's amazing how boats can carry heavy things and still float.
Buoy suggested ways Lily can learn more.
You can play with toys in a bathtub, see what floats and what sinks, and discover how shape matters.
I can't wait to test my toy boats and see them float.
Submarines can change how much water they displace, making them sink or float at will.